everybody. Today we are going to make a junk journal and we're going to get right into it. So the first thing that you want to do is you can use an old book or you can use some chipboard and cut it similar to this. We're going to start with an old book today. So the first thing we're going to do is cut out the pages. And the way to tell if it's a book to use that would be good to use for that is if it's separated like this. You can see a gap here. So, and we're just going to cut along the lines here and here. So let me show you that. So this one's pretty easy because it's got a pretty good gap. Sometimes they're not quite so easy to cut apart. We're going to try to save this because I don't think I'm going to use this book today for our test, but I just wanted to show you how to remove the pages from the rest of the book. But I really like the way this book looks. I might use it on another one. So you just kind of have to pull and separate so you can kind of see where that spine is. You don't want to get too far into the pages. There we go. Yep, see? There. It just popped right open. Alright, let's do the back side. That's a lot easier this time. There we go. And poof, and then you have some book pages you can use in your journal. And I just saw a picture I wanted to... Oh, okay. It's just in the book. I thought somebody had tucked a picture in there. Anyway, so as I said, I want to use this cover for something else, another journal. So we're going to put this aside. And this is the cover that I wanted to use for our junk journal today. So I want to use it because it's got like a solid blue background, and some of the material that I want to use is kind of thin. So we don't want any of that stuff showing through. All right, so underneath here I have a napkin that I bought at a yard sale, or I think it was Goodwill, I'm not sure. And we could use this if we kind of want to make a darker, maybe Victorian style junk journal. I'm just going to show you a couple of the fabrics that I found. This one's real pretty, kind of reminds me of iCat print, not quite, but it's got that blurred effect. That would be really pretty for a cover. Or I have also found this, got this at a yard sale with a big huge box of fabric with the birds on it. I thought that was really pretty too. Kind of thought maybe something like that for the cover would be nice. But I think I'm going to use that pattern fabric this time. So it's a big piece and it's sewn together in one spot, so we're going to have to cut it. I want to cut it so we have a nice big blue flower on the front. Maybe something like that. So maybe right where that fold is I can cut. And where this fold is down here, Should be enough overhang because we want to overlap it when we glue it down. All right, let me cut that out. I gotta see how long I need it. Here's the measure real quick. So the book is 12, so we want to do at least 13 or 14 inches. All right, let me cut the first piece here. Let me try to cut on the side of the fold so when we are using it, it's not gonna cause a problem. I mean, we could always iron, but who wants to iron? I'm gonna try this without ironing. Okay. Try to get a somewhat of a straight line. So I've made a lot of traveler's journals before. I love making those. I like the fact that you can take the inserts out. But I never made a junk journal before, and I wanted to try it, and I thought it would be good to film and have you guys learn along with me. Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right, so now to glue. I bought some glue called Tack. I know Fabrifix is another one, but I had to order some and it's not here yet. So we're gonna try this one and see how this works. Okay, just wanna make sure you guys are still in frame, or I'm in frame. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to make junk journals, and there's quite a few people that I watch and follow. One of them is the Paper Outpost, Pam at the Paper Outpost. If you haven't seen her videos, she's really good and very funny too. Easy person to watch. And also there's a couple others. I'll link down below in the description box some of the other people that I watch. There's Barbara, and she is, I want to say she's from Vienna, Austria maybe, and she has some beautiful journals, and she has some really good tutorials to watch as well. All right, we want to make sure we have enough glue everywhere, but we don't want to take too long until it starts to dry. And I think I want this to be my front, so make sure we're even there. And then just spread it out with our hands. Get the spine really good. Kind of see that a little bit through there, but I think once we put some of the other elements together in there, it won't show up as much. All right, I'm gonna get my bone folder and use that to kind of pull some of this fabric tight. I think the trick is to not have any wrinkles. If you figure that out, tell me, because that would just be my life's dream right there. Just kidding. I've earned my wrinkles. Haven't we all? All right. Let's just check the corners. We want to make sure those are glued down really well. Oh, and we got a little bleed through. Hopefully that'll dry so you don't notice it. You'll have to see. You guys are learning along with me. Okay. I cut a little crooked there, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna fold this up on this side, and there's two different schools of thought on how to do that. There's one which I think Pam likes, and it's folding it in at the corner and then gluing like this. She likes to do it this way so that the corner doesn't peek out. And then there's others that cut it with just a little bit of fabric so you don't have the bulk. We'll try it where we cut it and see how that works this time. Like I said, it's an experiment. We're learning together. All right, and I think they like to do a little curve. This one doesn't have as much fabric out here, but hopefully it's enough. Okay. Now we can glue it. I'm gonna just straighten this line out. It's bothering me just a little bit. Okay, so much for straightening out. But it's better. It's not as obvious. All right, let's glue that down first. And I'm gonna apply it. I know a lot of people apply it to the book, but I'm always afraid I'm gonna be gluing where the fabric isn't. I wanna make sure we get good adhesion. And then you pull up, smoosh it up, press it up. And again, we got a little bit of, this is pretty thin material, so we are seeing some glue. Hopefully that will dry clear. All right. Let's try this side next. Afraid I'm gonna use this whole bottle of glue. It's a tiny bottle, but we'll see how well it lasts. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not too bad. Actually, I like that. I think that's going to be the front, so yeah, that one looks better. I don't know, well, it depends on how that dries. That may be the back if it doesn't dry well. Some strings here. Pull those off. All right, let's get the sides now. Well, maybe I'm using too much glue, but oh, and we gotta tuck this corner here. Give it a little extra glue. Tuck that corner up. And then pull this. Trying to make it so it doesn't stick out there. I might have to review how to do that again. There's like a little spot on the book that's poking it up. Let's get that up too. Might have to try the other way on the next book, where we fold it up first. I know it's a junk journal, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I wouldn't mind if the cover looked really good. All right, let's try doing that first, tucking that corner. All right, that's a little better. Next time, maybe I would, hopefully I have it frame here. Oh, probably a little bit out. Sorry if you didn't see that. Try to show it again here. I think so I'm just trying to tuck that corner so it's not sticking out. And then we are gonna glue. Make sure I'm in frame here. You guys might have missed the entire gluing session of the fabric. But basically, it all looks like this. And I like to put a glue on here. Pull it up, stretch it up. Just want to make sure we're not putting any wrinkles into it. Okay, well, I'm not sure. That corner's not great. I mean, I know a lot of it will be covered when we put the inside fabric in. Hopefully that will cover some of our flaws. All right, I'm gonna use a bone folder and make sure everything is down. Oh, you gotta make sure you get this before it wrinkles. Before the glue dries. Get the wrinkles out. Okay, that might need a little more glue. Okay. Not so pretty on the inside, but let's get that fixed. All right, what? Do have some plain cotton muslin. It's kind of fraying a bit, so I don't know how good that'll look. I mean, I think it would look fine for the inside cover, but I don't like the fraying part. Let me see if I've got something else that would work. Sometimes I know they use paper for the inside, and maybe we'll look into that. That would be definitely more clean looking than this fabric. Got a couple wrinkles in there. All right. I am going to pause you while I find something to do the inside cover, whether it's fabric or paper. This one's just a little too thin because you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but you can see where the book is ripped. So that's why I'm thinking maybe a darker piece or some paper. So I'm gonna pause you for a minute and be right back. All right, so I found a piece of fabric that I want to use on the inside. That looks pretty good with it. And I trimmed it down after I measured the book. I trimmed it down, but not enough. It hangs over it a little bit. I'll show you. So we're gonna have to trim it a little more. So it hangs over on this edge. I think we're gonna have to take off maybe to that blue line there. So, and I'll show you how I trimmed it. So I took my ruler, and it's easier because this is striped, it has a line already. And I took my rotary tool, just a Fisker's one I use for my sewing, and trim that line off. So now hopefully we're gonna fit better. That's better. All right, so I'm not sure. See that? That hasn't dried well. I mean, I'll probably put book corners on or something at some point, and that'll hide that. But I'm not sure if it was just me over gluing or if the glue just doesn't dry well. But it's what I have right now, so that's what we're gonna use. And I'm gonna glue on here first to start. That way, if I do have some lumps of glue, I can spread it out. I'm gonna just do one side at a time and part of the spine. And that way we can get it down and make sure it's straight before we commit. All right, I'm gonna spread this out a little so we don't get any using my finger tool, as Pam from the Paper Outpost says. All right, let's try that. It's kind of straight, so the lines don't look wonky. Doesn't have to be perfect again, it's a junk journal. But we want to make sure we don't have any big wrinkles. And we don't want the fabric to fold over like it's trying to do right there. Okay, so that worked okay. All right, whoops. Got ahead of myself here. Let's get the rest of the spine. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Help with keeping it straight. Just kind of pull on it. This is pretty sticky glue right off the bat. I don't want to get too wonky here. And I'm going to pull it. Okay, well, it's down. And I'm gonna trim off some of these little excess pieces. excess bits of thread. Don't mind my glue covered fingers. It's gonna happen. Okay, let's use the bone folder. Make sure we get it really good in there in the spine. All right, there we go. And we've got our cover. Not sure how long that took since I paused the video, but maybe that'll be it for today. And then in the next video, we can talk about signatures, how to make them, and how to get them attached to your journal. So join me in my next video, which I will hopefully put out in the next couple of days, and we can get to the inside part. So overall, I'm mostly pleased with how it looks. Again, I'm not crazy about how that glue, but that's probably my fault, putting too much glue on. But I think I'm going to try to find some of those book corners that I see some of the junk journalers using, and that'll probably cover it up, that little faux pas. And then we're going to add some lace and all kinds of other stuff when we go to decorate our book, our junk journal, sorry. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a good day.